Hello everyone and welcome to Life Begins at 20. My name is Mark and today I'm making a new mini-series on the channel called Cube for 2. I found finding a group of 4 to 8 players to play Cube regularly fairly difficult, so I thought that I'd share ways to play the format just for 2 people in easy to digest videos. Hopefully these will help all of you in similar situations to myself or want to try something different with your cube. Today's video is about the Winston Draft, which many of you may have already heard of, so let's get stuck in. The Winston Draft was originally created by Richard Garfield. He, like myself, was looking for a one-on-one format with a little more luck involved. For this, you'll need 90 cards, which is the equivalent to 6 boosters in size, from the cube. The player's draft pool will vary in size. Step 1. Once all 90 cards have been randomly selected from the cube, shuffle them up. Step 2. One player then places the top 3 cards into separate piles A, B and C. Step 3. Decide who is going to go first. That player then looks at pile A. They may choose whether to draft this pile or not. Step 4. If the player chooses to draft it, they replace that card with a new face down card from the top of the deck. Step 5. If the player doesn't want to draft it, they put it back and add a new card from the deck on top of that pile and then move on to pile B. Step 6. The player then looks at the card on pile B and decides whether to draft it or not. They replace it with a new face down card if they do, or add another card to that pile if they don't, before moving on to pile C. Step 7. If the player does want to draft the card on pile C, they replace it with a new face down card. Else, if the player doesn't want to draft that card, they then put a card from that deck on top of that pile and then the player has to draft the top card from the deck. Step 8. This process is then repeated with both players taking in turns until all 90 cards have been drafted. Players then construct 40 card decks using the cube's basic mana pool and then play. The beauty of this format is that you only know about half of what your opponent has. You can still deduce their colours, roughly speaking, by looking at what is being left on the table. With that information you can leave some cards on the table for longer, adding more cards to those piles for you. So there is Winston Drafting. It's a really fun format that I certainly enjoy playing with my partner. I hope you found this useful, and if you haven't already tried this format, definitely worth checking out for sure. If you have any variations that you play with 2 players of the cube, I'd love to hear about them in the comment section below. Always interested to find out new variations of playing this game, which I really do love, with just 2 people. The next drafting method that we're going to be looking at in this little series is the Winchester Draft. If you enjoyed the video, do hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.